Yeah, looks like I gotta shave one of these days. Hello. I just want to do a quick response to GB's thoughts on the Kickstarter. I think Mike more or less echoed everything I said or want to say on this, but the thing about Kickstarter, there's enough success stories there that it's starting to get to the point where people are expecting it to be something significant. Now that's awesome that Anthony was able to get a little cash there, but he also asked for a small amount. Like I think it was only $500 or something, which I think is works really well or could work really well for those little costs. Like for example, picking up a Mac to do the Mac port, music as was mentioned, little costs, but funding an entire project, certainly not anything like close to a wage or anything like that, is not realistic. I don't think. The odd thing that does seem to work really well on Kickstarter is, I want to call them culture projects, video game culture projects. Like Indie Game the Movie is one great example. I know a lot of guys that, well, they got funded pretty darn fast. The latest round, and I even threw some money down because I want the cool edition, yay! And I got a credit and stuff, so that's nifty. So Indie Game the Movie was a neat one. Brendan Boyer's recent project, it's not funded yet, but it's been basically like a day, or not even a day, and he's already at like 40K. But that's his project is a culture project. Basically, he's the former editor of a site called Offworld, and he's like, I'm going to bring back the Offworld. So that took like a day, and all of a sudden, blam! And then of course he's got a whole bunch of extras to give out. Like people have donated prototypes. Adam Saltzman, I'm sorry, Super Brothers, etc., have all donated a bunch of stuff. So he's got a really great campaign, so of extras, and he's pretty darn well known. He's the guy that now runs the IGF. Simon Carlos got a lot busy, so he passed on the torch to Brendan Boyer. So he's the man these days. But yeah, it seems that culture projects seem to do really well on these sites because a lot of people turn to them as their entertainment and that kind of thing. Who else was it? It wasn't on Kickstarter, but who was the other guy? The extra credits. They were on something called Rocket Hub, I believe, and their artist needed surgery. Good old American healthcare or lack of. So artists needed surgery, and they raised money for that. Again, but they're kind of a culture thing, so a lot of people look to them. As a lot of us are relatively no-name indies, I think it would be a lot harder for us to garner support through services like Kickstarter. Certainly not a wage, anything close to the cost of development game, but little things possibly. So, I don't know. The Kickstarter thing is a very interesting proposition for projects. Although I know personally the stuff I've been sponsoring has been like little gimmicky things like, here, I got one. Let's go grab it. Where is it? I sponsored one of these. This is a stand for an iPad or similar tablet. It's got a sticky pad on the back that you can stick it to, and then you can stick it on your lap. And I don't know, supposedly that's what you do. I don't know. Admittedly, I've not done that yet, and probably don't plan to. But as a stand, it's a really nice piece of plastic and rubber, and it's a very nifty stand because they added a little front clamp there. But it's these kind of weird, gimmicky projects. I think work the best on Kickstarter. Games not so much because there's no physical thing. Honestly, that's probably my criteria is if I see something cool on Kickstarter that I would love to have, like hold and grab, I probably will sponsor it so that I can get one. I know it's totally lame, and these things probably only cost like $10 to make, but you end up spending $25 because you're a supporter, or $50 because you're a supporter, whatever the case may be. But yeah, Kickstarter's cool, but I don't know if well, as I've mentioned, small things like Anthony did, or culture projects. Other than that, we're on our own. We got to make it happen ourselves. We got to do this. We got to figure out the financials on our own and win. 5 minutes, click.